Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at decorating cakes, but mostly we're poor at making art. My name is Benj.
And my name is Isaac. And today is a wonderful day. September 29th, probably the fourth most important day of the year. You know? Because it's my birthday. Say happy birthday. Benj.
Me?
Yeah, well, who else is going to do it? Everyone at home
What-
now,
what
let's
are the-
do it Dora the Explorer style.
What are the
Can you
first
say happy
three
birthday?
important
Feliz
days?
cumpleaños. Good. What?
I don't think the audience responds to Spanish, like ever.
I think sometimes they do.
No, well, I mean, you don't hear the audience.
Well, if they're a Spanish-speaking audience.
Well, then they wouldn't be listening to the English version of
Yeah,
Dora.
because their parents are, like, most parents make their kids watch Dora with this, somewhere in the back of their head, they're like, maybe they'll become bilingual just by watching this show.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Spanish-speaking, parents and their Spanish-speaking kids are like, maybe they'll learn English by watching the English version of Dora.
I wonder if the Spanish version of Dora has her speak English at the times that our version speaks Spanish.
Ooh, that would be interesting. Is there a Spanish-speaking version of Dora?
There must be.
Like, there has to be, right?
There's a Spanish-speaking version of almost every show.
Okay. Everyone, pause this video and go look up if there is a Spanish-speaking version of Dora.
Mm-hmm.
And let us know in the comments.
Yeah, because we don't want to look it up.
We don't want to look it up. No, we're here to do art, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to do birthday art. You know?
But what are the first three most important days? I mean, obviously Christmas is number one.
Yeah, I had this discussion with my class the other day. And I told them that September 29th was the fourth because I don't want to try to compete with Christmas.
Mhm.
Jesus being born,
Yeah.
easily the most important.
And Easter.
Yeah, then there's Easter.
Which is possibly more important.
But-
Those...
I also put Good Friday before my birthday.
Oh, Good Friday.
Yeah, Good Friday, Easter, and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
All more important than me.
What
being
about
born.
the 4th of July?
See, I think I'm more important than America, especially current America. Like,
Well,
like
But
19,
the 4th of July isn't about current America.
like 1776 America.
I mean, in
like
300...
the most America.
But like in 300 years, are you going to be like as good as you are now?
I mean, I'll be hopefully in heaven, right? Like, and I'll be better than I am now.
But like if you were still here.
Okay.
If you're still
Okay.
around.
Like, if I was still here.
Like your physical body, is it going to be as good as it is now?
Let's just all quickly say a quick prayer and hope that medical science does not advance that quickly, that where we could still be doing this when we're 300. Like, can you imagine the grossness of us drawing? You'd hear how right now you get up and you're like, oh, my body, like my back cracked.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what would crack at 300. Imagine you'd stand up at every joint in the whole body.
You
would
think you'd be
crack
standing up?
I don't know, man. Probably not, right? Like, you would just be sitting perfectly still and everything would crack without movement.
Right.
You'd just be a bag of bones.
And aren't you supposed to think though that like your anniversary and your wife's birthday is more important than your birthday?
Sixth most important. I can't take everything into account, man. Fourth, because without me, I wouldn't have a wife. That's how you got to think
your
about
mom's birthday.
It's kind of like
Your mom and dad's birthday is more important than your birthday.
Okay,
then
we can't take everyone into account. It's like the whole when you're on an airplane and they make you put on your oxygen mask before your child's.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. If I don't exist, I can't be here to tell people how thankful I am that they were born.
Right.
That's number 4.
But then your parent, by that same logic, your parents' birthday is more important than
I mean,
yours.
technically, how far are we going to go back?
Yeah,
my
like your
grandparents?
birthday is not even on the list. Is basically what I'm saying.
Fourth most important day of the year today, everybody. That's what we're celebrating. That's how it's going to be. And I noticed you didn't wear a birthday hat.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have one of those what are those called? Like a birthday kazoo.
Right.
I know it's not a kazoo, but it looks like a kazoo.
Mm-hmm.
You blow into it. Do they make those anymore? I haven't
Yeah.
seen one of those things in decades.
Then
You know, like
haven't
you
been
blow
to enough
into it.
birthday
I
parties.
guess I don't. I should have run to Party City
Mm-hmm.
before this afternoon's festivities.
Yep.
Next time, someone sees me, they should give me one of these, preferably unused. You know, like you don't want to share a birthday kazoo
No.
with anyone.
I mean, basically any wind instrument
yeah,
you don't want to
gosh.
share.
You know how gross instruments you have to blow into are?
Mhm.
They're easily the
Yeah,
fourth
like,
most
Like,
gross.
have you ever watched like a flutist
Yeah.
just like drain their
Yes,
instrument?
exactly. That's what I
Like-
mean. They have like this
It's like, oh,
reservoir.
it's starting to sound weird.
and they just like flush it. Yeah,
like
like,
it just
it pours out
drains
the bottom,
and then you're
yeah.
like, wait, all of that spit
yeah,
because that's the
in
only
there,
liquid
it's,
going
like,
in.
cooled in there, getting cold.
Mhm.
Oh, it's just horrifying. Like,
Yeah,
like I think instruments are cool. But
Mhm.
like play a guitar or something.
yeah.
You know, like if you had a guitar and then all of a sudden it was like, man, time to empty the sweat from the guitar. You pour it, you turn the guitar open and you know out of the what is it they call the echo hole?
Echo hole.
Just like poured all the sweat from you like
Yeah.
strumming it. You know, like your armpit drained straight into the guitar.
Right.
You'd be like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
I guess it's just you
That's
know.
why everyone knows piano and violin, best instruments.
What about guitar? I've always thought the guitar and the
The
piano.
guitar, like, is not as good as a violin.
They speak to my soul, man. My artist soul.
Not as much as the violin.
Piano, but let's be honest. We both know that pianos are the best instrument.
Yeah,
for one
because
reason,
you push buttons.
and it's black and white.
Yeah.
You know, like you get a piano that's not black and white,
Mm-hmm.
and you're shunned by the piano
The
community.
instrument that, like a classical instrument, obviously now there's like weird things.
Yeah.
But the classical instrument that's most like a game controller is the piano.
Mm-hmm.
You just push buttons.
Yeah. That's what we're all about, and it's black and white.
Yeah.
It's like the zebra of instruments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we're all for that.
Yeah. And the violin's second best just because it is.
You just like the sound of it.
Like, it's objectively the second
What do
best.
you mean, why is it objectively the second best?
Have you ever heard it?
I have heard the violin, and it's pretty, but guitars are prettier.
No, it can do basically anything a guitar can do.
I don't think you can strum it quite the same way.
I think good.
You can strum it, though, I'll admit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can use... Well, anybody ever tried to use a bow on a guitar? Like, what would happen?
It wouldn't sound as good as a violin.
I'm sure that's actually true. But I think strumming a guitar sounds better than strumming a...
Yeah, but I mean, technically, you are like the thing is strumming.
When you think of a violin, who do you think of first?
Lindsey Sterling
See, yeah, Lindsey Sterling. But I when you think of a fiddle...
and Davis or whatever. What's her name?
Davis?
Something Davis.
I don't know who this is.
She's similar to Lindsey Sterling where
Like
she does
dances
like
and plays violin?
no, but she plays like nerdy songs.
See, that works.
Like she like plays, all those like music like from video games and like James Bond and like anything nerdy, and she
Mhm.
plays as
That's pretty great.
violin.
Yeah. It always blew my mind.
When I think of the fiddle, I think
this is where I'm going with this. So you're
I
reading my
think
mind.
of Jack Black,
Oh,
but
Jack
only
Black?
because he has a song that is
Yeah.
similar to the song about going down to Georgia
yeah.
and playing the fiddle.
You think of like Charlie Daniels and Jack Black.
Right, but like
You're wrong.
because
But-
like I don't think of Charlie Daniels because I didn't know his name.
You think of the
But I
song
think of Jack
that's
Black, like-
also about the devil.
Yeah. Well, it's
Huh.
about beating the devil at a psalm.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Like
I
it's
don't
they're
think,
both it's the same story,
it's called Tribute, by the way. That song.
right? Because it's not the best
Yeah,
song.
it's
It's a
tribute.
tribute to the best song.
But okay, what I think of, and first of all, it always blew my mind as a kid when I learned that a violin and a fiddle are the exact same instrument,
Mhm.
and it
Yeah,
just
just-
depends on how you
Just
play them.
Play it. Yep.
Yeah, that was mind blowing.
Mhm.
But when I think of a fiddle, I think of Charles Ingalls.
Oh yeah.
You know, we haven't talked about Charles Ingalls in a couple of
Right.
weeks.
Or the Fiddler on the Roof,
Fiddler on the Roof, but that's just the
which then makes me think of Laser Wolf.
oh, yeah.
Just the best name.
It is a great name, right? Great name, great man, but he's got nothing on Pa.
No, of course not.
Oh, well, now that we've gotten down this musical interlude, I mean, that's a thing you do, right? There's like a
Mhm.
musical interlude. That's in
Yeah.
songs, you know? Like, this was a musical interlude to our art channel.
Right.
And by musical, I mean there was zero music.
No, yeah, we weren't
it was
playing the
just
music.
words.
Like we could have like
We do have songs.
had Charles Ingalls play "Happy Birthday" on his fiddle for your
I
birthday.
think he's dead.
I mean,
There's a downer.
there's AI.
See, that's
You could-
AI that brings back people from the dead.
To fiddle for you?
I mean,
Fiddle for me.
amuse me. No, like we got plenty of live fiddlers, just fiddling around. Like we don't need to bring back. Anyway, it's time to draw. We're drawing birthday cakes today.
Yes.
I mean, you know that because you clicked on the video and you looked at the thumbnail. But
Right. But you haven't heard it from our mouths yet.
no, because we've been
talking about fiddles. I don't
due
even
to the
know.
musical interlude.
I don't even know how we got at all.
It's been like 11 minutes. I don't know.
Oh,
Uh,
the kazoos.
That's
The birthday
right,
kazoos.
birthday
And then
kazoos.
spits.
Spit,
And instruments.
That's
And God.
Anyway, somebody should hand me a birthday kazoo the next time you see me in public.
But not a used one.
Not a
That's
used
where the
Not one that's in need of
came
draining. All right, birthday cake. I'm going to draw a birthday cake.
Yes.
Would you like to see my birthday cake?
I mean, probably not.
I mean, that's
But-
fair.
But that is probably why people clicked on this video.
Yeah, they want to see a birthday cake, I'm not a
John-
huge fan of birthday cake.
Really?
Like, is anybody a really big fan of birthday cake?
Yeah.
Like birthday brownies, birthday cheesecake. I guess that kind of counts. It's got cake in the name. But like a straight up cake.
Yeah, cake is way better than the
some
other
of
things
them
you
are.
mentioned.
We have this place in Arizona. I don't know if you all have heard of it, called Nothing Bunt Cake. They make bunt cakes, which normally aren't the best of cakes, but theirs are real good.
Mm-hmm.
They're really, dare I say it, moist and delicious and flavorful.
Just a regular cake with like more icing than cake
Yeah, icing is a must.
is so good.
You frostingless cake eaters out there. That's an insult. You want to insult someone this week? Call them a frostingless cake eater.
Yeah.
It's it's a slap to the face.
Yeah. It's practically like, what's the point of a cake?
Yeah, you son of
Like,
a
without-
frostingless cake eater. Just go with that.
Like, it's just bread at that point,
You're right.
but like worse than bread.
No, you're totally right.
Because like there's some real good tasting bread out there. Like a fresh, like if you just bake bread,
Oh yeah, bread.
it's better than a cake.
It's unnatural.
But then you put a bunch of frosting on that cake, and now it's better.
I don't know. You take like a French loaf and you put frosting on it.
I don't think that would be that good.
No, but a sweet cake, bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I mean, frosting's just good. Like I mean, I would eat frosting by itself,
Frosting is incredible.
and it's like that's why I like cake. Because like you can have frosting on brownie or frosting on cookies, and that's fine, but it's not as good as frosting on cake.
It's not.
And like that alone makes me really like cake.
I couldn't agree more. Are you a layered cake man?
Not usually, because like it's fine, especially if you have a bunch of frosting in between the layer.
I
But
feel
it's
if
like-
that line wasn't curved. These lines shouldn't have been curved. Or these ones should have been curved.
But to me, it's like, what's the point? Like, I'm not gonna want different flavors. Like, I'm not gonna want like one chocolate layer and one vanilla layer and one strawberry layer.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's your favorite flavor of cake?
I mean, cookies and cream for sure.
See, I was just gonna say vanilla. Who's
Well,
ever-
which is, I mean, vanilla. Cookies and cream is mostly vanilla
It is right.
with like a few sprinklings of cookie.
But like, here's the thing: chocolate cake isn't bad either.
No.
If it had, but again, it's all about the frosting.
Mhm.
Like, if you just eat regular cake,
Yeah.
it's not even worth
Mm-hmm.
your mouth opening.
Yeah.
You know?
I also like funfetti, which is just vanilla, but it's more fun.
They have this frosting called, and I don't know how you feel about this stuff. It's very polarizing, this frosting, called rainbow chip. And I don't mean fake rainbow chip. Fake rainbow chip is the kind that just has sprinkles that you sprinkle on top of the frosting.
Mhm.
That's not rainbow chip. This has like little balls of frosting in it.
Mm-hmm.
My family, some of them unaffectionately call it wax, like balls,
Mhm.
but it's wonderful. You just get like how like you drink like boba and you get like a pearl of tapioca or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's wonderful. This is the boba of frosting, because you just get like a little pearl of more frosting in your bite.
Right.
It's so wonderful.
Yeah, I've never had that before.
How have we known each other
I've
this
had-
long and not
Like I've had the funfetti, which has like
You need to come
sprinkles
to
in
my
the
birthday
frosting.
party. We'll have some sometime.
I mean, I'm at your house right now on your birthday.
You know, here's the thing about frosting. Cake are basically black and white because you either have chocolate or you have vanilla, right?
Mm-hmm.
You bake a dark enough chocolate cake, it's basically black.
Right.
You don't. I mean, you could put a little squid ink in there
Mhm.
just for
Just to make sure it's black.
Yeah.
So you can still have like milk chocolate, but extra black.
Yeah. That layer has chicken pox.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's unfortunate for
It
you.
is unfortunate. It really. This one's got.
I guess that's
Gummy
for
worms.
like if you have a bunch of kids that are still young enough, then you're kind of like worried like, oh, haven't got chicken pox yet.
That's exactly.
They're gonna go to junior high, coming up here. We got to get them chicken pox first. So you get the chicken pox cake.
People are always saying like, why do you celebrate the person who was born on the birthday? You should celebrate their mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the one who like
Did all the work.
did the work. Yeah. So I'll include a little thanks to my mom on my birthday
Mhm.
cake there. Just like thanks, mom.
Right. Like
Just like
one of your 6 layers.
That's the mom
the
layer.
mom layer.
That one can be whatever flavor
Yeah.
cake mom likes.
It's a very foundational layer.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. Because without mom, there is no birth.
Mm-hmm.
And without no birth,
Yeah, which is why her
there is no
birthday is more
birthday.
important than yours, and her mom's birthday is more important than
how
hers.
far are we
and
going back, man? Like, we going to
forever.
like Cain and Abel? I guess not Abel.
Yeah,
He died.
I mean, yeah, maybe he had a kid
Maybe.
first.
So, like, doesn't matter. Point is, I'm a really big, what's the word? A really big component, what's the word? Really big proponent.
No.
I'm a real big fan of having the right number of candles on a cake.
So you're gonna draw 32.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You ever want to feel
Why
old?
are they all like
17, 18,
in the back of the
20,
cake?
1, 2, 5, 26,
Like this
7,
cake is like
9,
thinning its
30,
hair in the front.
31, 32. There it is.
It's like it's got like hair in the
32.
back, but
You ever want to feel really old? Draw the number of candles you are old. When,
and make
when
sure
your hands start to get tired.
and make sure it's thinning in the front.
That's after you hit 30. Like it starts to resemble you in a way. That's a birthday cake, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you've drawn a birthday cake.
Yeah. I'm gonna include.
So the
some,
drawing's done now,
I know,
right?
right? Like you'd think. I'm gonna include some advanced art techniques, like a nose.
But that's not first.
No, on a cake you draw a nose. Not really last, just nose later.
Nose later.
Nose later.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a saggy butt?
Yes, it is. Saggy horse butt. This is like the cake. I've always been kind of like, you ever see like a famous person's birthday party, like a picture of it, and they have these like massive cakes like this,
Right.
like unpractical.
Yeah, like you couldn't.
Like
You
you
couldn't
have to
eat
be
it.
famous before someone will even. Yeah, you can't eat it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just to look at.
Yeah.
It's like a
And then
picture
like
cake.
a different cake will be brought out later to eat.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like how weddings do that.
Yeah. Like it's there to cut. As like a symbolic thing.
Ooh, that hand.
Is
Mangled.
that a mangled hand? It's just like a celebration of
Of poor art.
poor art.
Uh-huh.
All of our supposed techniques and strategies
Exactly.
in quotes for for those people that aren't hearing us in visual letters. What is that?
That's a pitcher. A frosting pitcher.
So
Yeah.
curious what kind of picture.
Yeah.
How tall is this cake? Oh, is this a person? So we can see how tall the cake is?
Mm-hmm.
How's that picture pouring?
Oh man, why does he look so concerned?
Probably because that picture is just floated there. Or maybe it's the saggy butt. Like if I saw this cake in real life, I'd be
You see any cake with a butt?
or a nose or a hand
Yeah, like a cannibal cake, man.
and a frosting pitcher that's floating.
Why are all of
above
our
it.
advanced art tech? Why are most of our art techniques just like body part related?
Because we're bad at drawing. They're easily recognizably as wrong. It's like you draw a cake and you're just like, oh yeah, it's meant to be squiggly like that. You draw a hand and you can't just pretend like it was meant to be that way. How come his arm is coming out of his chest? Like why doesn't he have his shoulder?
He does. It's just hard to see. I guess he just got real wide shorts. Foot off screen. Advanced art technique.
Yep, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, is he doing something with the picture?
Yeah, it's on like a stick.
Who blows out the candles and how?
It'll be like a ladder, I guess. It's like a.
Are the candles already blown out?
I wouldn't recommend standing on this ladder. You want to make it to your next birthday?
Yep.
I've never looked at a ladder.
What are
It's
those
kinda like
parts?
steps.
That like
know.
bulge out of the like? I don't understand any part of this ladder.
It has wheels. It's really dangerous. It's like a good party game. You know, like
To climb the ladder and don't
will
die.
they make it to their next birthday or not? You know, bring out the rickety old ladder with wheels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to see how his hands are gripping this? Because I know I do.
I am quite curious. Oh,
We all are, man.
I don't.
You're not sure how that works?
See how those are hands.
Mangled hands, man. Just real mangled. Wow, the frosting's just going nuts. It's interesting how the frosting changes colors when it pours out of the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That is odd.
isn't it?
Starts off white, turns black. Very too poor artisty.
Oh, it's an interesting line. You'd think it's part of the ladder, but maybe it is.
What?
Anyway, it's a gross looking cake, isn't it? Do you?
I concur.
If you went to somebody's birthday party and this was the cake,
I would leave.
I mean, what if they like threw you a surprise party and this was your cake? And they're like, quick,
So-
give him the frosting pitcher.
So they're like
Bring him to
pouring.
the ladder of chance.
They're pouring the frosting on while the candles are still lit.
I mean, it's all part of the process. Yeah, it's how you blow out the candles. Maybe no.
What's the ladder for?
ladder?
And the ladder has wheels on both sides. Like, you can't climb up this ladder without rolling into the cake. Oh, there's a fan. So you don't have to climb up the ladder.
Not for this one. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with it. He didn't want to chance it, so he just he does. This is like a
Is this
volunteered as tribute.
is this his birthday? That
I
guy?
feel like okay, based on what I'm seeing in this guy's eyes, he walked into a room full of people that were invited to a surprise birthday party,
Right.
But they don't know the person the birthday party's be. It's like when your mom has to hire friends for you because you don't have any.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's this guy. Like it's not his birthday, but they all think it's his birthday. You know, like, there's like shouts off from the side. Happy birthday, Mike.
First time I've ever been to your house was because your mom invited me to your birthday party.
That's true, and you didn't know what my name was.
No.
So this is almost a real. They don't know his name either. They're just guessing. Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Phil. Bert.
One of them should guess Christian.
Oh, yeah. No, because that's what you thought my name was.
Yeah.
Christian. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
See, if someone, though, were to, like, see this in the future and not have us explaining what it is, you could think that it just is multiple people's birthdays, and that's why there's such a layered, different style cake.
You could. You'd think it's somebody's mom's birthday.
Mm-hmm. Or that's just, thanking mom. Like, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, this guy doesn't know what's going on.
And
He's
then-
just here pouring the frosting pitcher.
Is it his birthday, though?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Like I said, this guy...
Like, he just came in, someone's birthday, they handed him this pitcher on a stick.
Yeah, and they're like, climb the ladder. Or designate a volunteer. Like a tribute.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I
have this
volunteer the
fan
fan.
I've bringing around with me everywhere.
It was in his pocket. Birthday cake. The birthday cake is really the star.
His
here,
shorts are just too short.
yeah, this guy's not my friend. I wouldn't invite this guy to a birthday party. Oh, Benj, I get to do it today.
Mm-hmm.
Age 32.
Finally caught up.
I did catch up. I did. And we learned a little bit about what birthday parties should be like. You should have a big cake. You should have a rickety ladder. And you should hire people to be your friends.
I'm going to save this drawing.
That's too bad. But I will say, the only part of this drawing that really I'm going to hold to is that, actually there's two now that I think about it. There should be frosting pitchers. That should be a thing. Warm frosting that you can just pour atop a cake. How wonderful would that be? It doesn't even have to be fancy frosting, like store-bought in a jar full of chemicals and preservatives. Perfectly fine. As long as you can pour it on your cake to where it's basically cake soup, that's important. The other thing is everyone should insist on having the correct number of candles on their cake. It's not that big of a thing. It may, depending on your age, cause a slight fire hazard, but that's why the good Lord invented outside. You just light your candles outside, so that the sprinklers don't go off. Insist on this on your next birthday. And if anybody wants to get me a birthday kazoo, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to draw. After all that poor advice.
That wasn't poor advice. It was more... You really think a frosting pitcher is a bad idea?
No, that one was fine.
Birthday candles? Arguably.
Yeah, having the number of birthday candles of your age should not be a thing after, like one packet of candles.
How many come in a packet?
My guess is like 16. I mean, obviously they make packets of different sizes, but it's like once you've reached, like if you have to buy more than one of the small packets of candles, you've reached the age where you don't.
It looks like 24 is like a common.
Okay, yeah.
Or 20 or 24.
So once you're 25, you lost your parents' insurance. You
have a fully developed
have
brain.
a fully developed brain. You no longer
You can
get
rent
the full
a porta potty.
Yeah, you no longer get full number of candles.
Is that like when you start feeling old?
Because then it's like, yeah, otherwise it's like you had to buy 2 packs of candles and use 1.5 packs of candles. It's like, no, that's annoying. Especially when you are 25. It's like, oh, we're buying 2 packs of candles so you can have 1 candle from the second pack.
Yeah, that's true. But then you just have enough for, like, if you buy that second pack once,
Like,
then
once
all you
you're-
need to do is have that second pack will last many years in addition to the new pack you buy every year. It's really just one extra pack.
Maybe
you're buying.
once you're like 48.
Yeah, like once
You can-
once it's 3 packs. You know, I'm not there yet. Far from it, in fact.
Okay. Cake time.
Do you think candle companies are sad? Like the owner of candle companies are sad, like because of electricity? You know, like think about it. Like 1800s, 1700s, like candle companies was like, do you want to see after dark? Well, then you have to come to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, big candle. Like, you know, like the Henry Ford of candles. You know?
I feel like it was a gradual change.
But
Like, I don't
Yeah.
think any company just like went out of business because electricity was invented. I think it's like gradually more and more people got electricity and less people bought candles.
Mhm.
Like, so it was like electricity was invented and then the grandson of the candle company owner
Yeah, you're probably
like
right.
started
Yeah.
being affected by
Like
it.
it used to be like a sure thing in in their family that like you would inherit the family business and you would be well off your whole life.
Yeah.
But there was like a generation where he's like, "Here, son, the candle business is yours now." And he's like, "I don't know, Dad. Like, I don't know if I can live off of this business anymore, you know, because of electricity and all that."
Yeah.
That's rough. That's rough, you know. And then they had to get the idea of like, well, what are we gonna do with all this wax? You know, we've got storehouses of wax. We're probably still using the same wax today that they collected in like the 1600s.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
we're still like people buy candles all the time.
Well, that's what I mean. But like, they don't buy nearly as many as when they needed it to see.
Yeah.
You know, so like, there's candles pretty much in 2 places now, maybe 3. The first one is birthday candles, obviously, as we're
Right.
discussing today. You know, people like me who insist on the proper number of candles, we're in the good graces of big candle.
Right.
Then there's the people who like to make their house smell good, and it's the candle companies that were like, well, what if we add, you know, smelly oils to our candles? Then people will buy them not for light, but for, you know, scent.
Yeah.
Which again, good smelly candle is nice. But then there's like the third kind that's like romantic restaurants. Buy
Right.
them, you know? They're like, people don't really, they can't really see in our restaurant, but you get the idea that we're fancy and romantic. you know? Like that's the third type of candles. Those are probably the least important.
Right.
Like the least, not a, like there's not that many. You know, like when's the last time you went to a restaurant and there was just candles? You didn't, because it's
Yeah,
very,
because even like
we're too
nowadays,
poor to
even like the like nice, you know, romantic lit
yeah, they're
plates,
electric.
they're just like
too.
electric.
You know,
like,
those are a big slap in the face to the candle companies. You know, like when electric candles came on the market, and they're like, "Really, really,
Yeah.
you're trying to take the one thing we have left?" You know, like I'm sure that hurt. You know, I'm sure there was crying in the candle household that day.
the candle household.
I'm assuming it's a family name.
Like candle is the name of the family.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, where does the word candle come from? Is it
it's like a family name.
the name of the people, or is it like a Greek word that means small flame or something?
That's a good question. I'll look it up while you're drawing. It comes, okay, so the word candle comes from the Latin word for that family that lives down the street and makes candles. Yep, there it
Oh.
is. The candle family. Nothing to do with any true meaning. Now, actually, it says the candle comes from the Latin word candela, which comes from the word candere, meaning to shine in Latin. The word candle has been used in English since the Old English period, dating sometime before 1150. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What were they lighting before that? Just like wood? Oh, dear, that face. Sorry, let's pause. Let's look at art. That is quite a woman.
No, this is you.
No! No! Why are my lips so... What's the word?
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous?
I'm just drawing you the way you want to be drawn.
Why do I have such sexy lips? Why is that how I want to be drawn? When have I ever communicated this?
But you tell me every day.
Am I awake? Like, oh my. Oh, okay, man. I don't think awake or otherwise I would ever ask for my hairline to be connected to my mustache. Like, that is a bold look. Like, there are certain kinds of rednecks that can pull this off.
Well, you have a full beard.
It is so weird to see women's lips next to a beard. Also, my eyes are really big. The eyebrow is on point, though, I'll admit, although my eyebrows are bushier than those. Not that any feature of this looks like me. My lips are quite kissable looking. They're so interesting. This is like a weird caricature of a caricature of me. You know, like, oh wow. I am shrugging something fierce. You know, like my chin sits quite aloft, or like somewhere not there. Like, I'm trying to look at my shoulders. My head, I'm just like shrugging. Like, that's me. That's like, oh, well, I don't know. Shrug. I don't know. Shrug.
You can see the cake that.
What is the cake? So far, it's like a weird topographical map.
Well, that's frosting.
You sort of look like an overly joyful version of you on the left.
Yeah.
Like, these are just weird caricatures of us.
Because
And that on the right is not me. The eyes and lips are wrong.
I'm presenting.
The eyes and lips are so wrong. My eyes are so big. Like, they are big. You're looking deeper than my soul into those eyes, you know? And you're also really uncomfortable by my big bug eyes. But then you look at my lips and you're like, well, I bet he knows a thing or two about kissing. Just weird. Those aren't... No, what is that? A unicorn on my cake.
It's not a unicorn.
Would you like to hear a sad story about my childhood?
You asked for a unicorn and didn't get one?
Yep. I've never had a unicorn cake is what I was going to say. Never asked for one, but, you know, you shouldn't have to ask for everything. You shouldn't have to ask for a parent's love, but they should give it to you in the form of a unicorn cake. At 32. I saw my parents last night. To be fair, I wasn't 32 yet. But they didn't, you know, like, proffer up a unicorn cake. They didn't like give me a box shaped like a cake and be like, oh, what is that like? They didn't give me a box shaped like a cake and it was like, now open this tomorrow. You'll get that. Oh, what is that? Is that part of the horse? No, it's not. He's definitely... Is that a balloon? No. Ooh. Okay, so he's beating the horse with a lamb of leg. A leg of lamb. Not a lamb of leg. Would you care to expound on us?
But
why
this is the cake I designed for you.
When? Just now?
On this, yeah. This is. I'm presenting it to you. That's the story.
It explains the uncomfortable look I'm giving. Also, why am I wearing a turtleneck sweater? I mean, I'm assuming there's a neck underneath that, but it... Oh... You know what's really sad? I know this is supposed to be the saggy butt unicorn, horse. This is better looking than when I drew the saggy butt horse.
And that's like the knight guy you drew on it.
This, believe it or
See,
not,
like it doesn't look the same because I had to like craft it out of
fondant. Right?
Yeah, right.
Like it's a frosting.
It's like I did my best.
Like you see a saggy butt frosting horse and you just understand it. Okay, it melted. You know? Like, but
yeah, and I poured frosting from a frosting pitcher. You know, that's why it's like drooping down.
I'm telling you, frosting pitchers. There will be an item at the Two Poor Artists Hotel buffet. You know, you have to pay a little extra for it, but they will bring a pitcher of frosting to your table. You can pour it on whatever you want. We won't judge. We'll have one of those giant milkshake straws that comes with it. If you just want to drink the pitcher of frosting, you can do it.
I just looked at you again.
This version of me. I don't even like calling it me.
It's just not you.
No, it's not. It's
like it's a guy.
It's like if there was an alien that like came and like sort of kind of tried to look like me.
Like
but it has its alien eyes.
Because it's like it's based off of your drawing of you on like our channel. Mm-hmm. Like I tried to do the eyes in that weird way.
You're just like a friendlier looking version of your normal picture.
Right.
Like there's something
because it's your birthday.
Delightful about your drawing. Mine is so uncomfortable. It's just like the full sweater that I'm wearing too doesn't help. The neck that you just have to assume got absorbed into my chest. Like I shrugged, and my shoulders just like my whole chest is like my neck went into my chest.
Yeah, it's like a full
it like retracted into my.
It's just like a full shrug.
It's real gross.
No neck.
Yeah, it's
full shrug.
It's really gross, is what I'm trying to say. What is the knight holding if it's not a leg of lamb?
What was your knight holding in your original drawing?
Oh no, there's probably a fan that knows.
Yeah, someone tell us. In the
it's
it's the episode titled Renaissance or Renaissance Festival or something. It was
I just want to know. I want to know without looking it up. What is your guy holding? What is that?
This is based off of your drawing.
Yeah, but what is it?
Well, whatever it was in your drawing.
How do you imagine that deflated balloon being?
Maybe a club. Maybe a.
I'm telling you, it looks.
Maybe
like
it's a sword.
Like a leg of a
lamb.
lamb.
It probably was a leg of lamb, or not? No, a turkey.
A leg of lamb.
No, a turkey leg.
Oh, okay.
I bet it was a turkey leg because you were drawing the Renaissance Festival.
So you just got it slightly wrong.
I'm pretty sure this is exactly what you drew. I mean, it's from memory. Like I haven't looked. I didn't look at the drawing today. Or in the last like month, so like
I don't like thinking back to that drawing. We talk about it a lot, but I don't like looking at it.
I think maybe you had a like separation between it.
Yes, okay, there, that fixes it all.
Yeah,
I know there was a super fan at home that was like, you drew pants. That night wasn't in a onesie, you know.
Yeah, I mean
it's way worse.
I guess it had like a tail, right? Like it had to.
It's one of the few instances where it's like, does hair cover a multitude of
But
things?
it's like you could have covered this with hair, but I don't think you did. Like I think you accepted.
I think it was too wide and the angle was too.
Like if you just did all that with hair, it would have been like, oh, that's just it has a real big bushy tail.
I don't like this drawing, but you know, if somebody gave me this cake. Given enough frosting, I'd still eat it. So would whoever that is. I'm sure he's happy to have it. You know, it's not me, not a human. And no human has those eyes, man.
And then
those lips
to graze. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
32?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How big is this cake? You know, like is it a perspective thing? And he's like holding it up to the camera. Or are you just really strong and holding this cake with one arm and it's like
my other hand's down here.
When you say down here, like it's not in the drawing. Right?
Yeah, like it's off the screen.
I see. Okay.
So I'm holding it one hand up here, one hand like over there. Like I'm closer to the screen as you are.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for accommodating me with the candles. I don't ask for much on my birthday, but
like this is a cake made for you.
Yeah, see, I like fire, which means I want lots of candles.
Like they're real small candles.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm not asking for anything crazy. Those are also kind of just like bean sprouts that are sprouting out of the cake.
Well, it's like the grass
So
that
they're like
that the horse
grass-shaped
like
candles.
that the horse like grazes on,
Uh-huh.
but they're also on fire.
Cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
And then everyone when you're looking at it, it's like, oh, that horse got his butt a little too close to the fire. Turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's drooping a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like if you leave those candles, there's something about leaving candles like lit on a cake too long that takes the experience from like, oh yay, fun, fire, to like, oh man, we're all gonna be chewing on bits of candles, you know, like as it like drips repeatedly into it. Like you ever been to a thing where they're like, quick, light the candles, and it's like, where's the birthday boy? Oh, he's in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and he brought his own candles with him. So like,
and he forced us to put 32 candles
so, like,
on.
by the time
the last candle's lit, the first one is already melted.
Yeah, by the time the person gets back, there's just one new candle on the cake.
Like
and it is,
birthday candles burn so fast.
Yeah.
Like you put on a normal candle, it's going to be burning for like hours.
It's true.
You put a birthday candle and it's like 5 minutes later, it's like the just melted wax.
I think 5 minutes is pretty robust, pretty generous for a birthday candle. I don't know. I've never really tried. Makes me want to. After we're done with this, let's go light a birthday candle.
Mm-hmm.
You and I together. Sounds like we're gonna do something bad.
No, I don't think it does. It sounds like gonna
Like
light a birthday candle.
You're right. I'm sorry. I grew up in a family where they're like, "Don't play with fire, Isaac," and I'm like, "Why not?"
You still have to be told that.
Yeah,
because you're irresponsible.
I like fire in the right context.
No, you like fire in every context.
You know, birthday candle fire, campfire, other kinds of fire. Speaking of fire, we were driving home the other day, and there was a big sign on the road that says forest fire. It was like, what was it? It was like forest fire ahead. Do not report.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that the forest fire put up the sign. You know, like
no, they're probably just like got constant calls.
Yeah, but like that's what you're supposed to do.
Like it's always like I drive the bus, right? And we have a radio.
Right.
And people can like call in when they have problems or whatever.
Right.
There's a few bus drivers where it's just like, there's an animal on the side of the road. Call pet, whatever, animal control.
PetSmart.
It's like, and it's just like every day, multiple times a day, the same people are calling in with every little thing. And it's like, when you're driving not in the bus, are you calling animal control every time you see an animal?
That doesn't sound very safe.
Every time every time there's like a slight amount of traffic, you call up your mom. It's like, hey, don't get on this road. There's a slight amount of traffic on this road. I'm just
that would
saying,
be something.
They need to. There's certain people out there that like will just report everything. Like the 911 operators don't have time to deal with
chronic reporters.
Yeah.
Like Lois Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Just reporting too much.
Yeah.
You're like, take a day off.
Yeah. It's just annoying.
Yeah. It's not.
Like, we all know Lex Luthor's evil. You don't have to tell us every day.
Every day. Come on.
Oh, Superman saved someone?
Yeah.
Today also?
Like, really? You need to write about that? You need to report on that? We all seen it.
Yeah.
He saved all of us.
Yeah.
We all saw the giant meteor coming towards Earth. Mm-hmm. And we're not dead.
Yeah.
So we figured something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to read about it. What a waste. I can't look at me anymore. This person is, I don't even, like, the best I can describe is that it's just an alien who came down to Earth, quickly tried to look like the nearest human, and then is just
and I threw a verse.
Yeah, and then it's just, they're stunned. They don't know how to respond. They just have frozen. It's real special.
Yep, that's this. I'm just pulling up.
You want to see
look like
normally
in your thing, and it's like, I mean, it's just not the same.
It's not the same, man. Those eyes are
The
four times the size.
The eyes are the thing.
The
That's
lips. The lips
the same.
also. I don't have lips.
You just drew like
in
a
my
rectangle
drawing.
for your lips.
It's because I was worried I might do what you did. Overlip someone.
Lip someone.
You don't want to overlip.
Plus, you drew. I mean, obviously, in your profile, you were slightly to the side.
You know what I know? It's really.
I drew you like straight on.
Yeah, my person should not look at you straight on. If you look at my guy's, if you look at that guy's mouth, and you just imagine it being like a window, that line of his lips almost looks like the line of his shoulders behind his head. Like you're just looking through his lips,
right?
Seeing his shoulders because somehow they're that high up. like, when's the last time your shoulders were
just shrugging
parallel,
real hard?
I'm trying it. It's not
No,
working.
that was pretty close.
I don't want to. No, don't compare me to that. I don't want to be anything close to that. The eyebrow's great. This is the part where you say "Happy birthday, Isaac." I don't know why I have to keep telling you this. It should be like every third sentence out of your mouth today. Now you're not going to do it out of stubbornness.
I never say it to you.
Let's just let that sink in with the fans. Come on, man. Do it for the fans. Happy birthday, Isaac. There. Yeah. How do you feel now?
I think it's about time we close shop.
See you next time.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.